Hola Portugal! My name is James and bienvenido to another Eurovision reaction video with me. And today, I'm going to review the Portuguese entry for the Eurovision Song Contest 2021, which will take place this year at Rotterdam, the Netherlands. So, let's get to it and start reacting. Representing Portugal at the Eurovision Song Contest 2021 is the Motown-inspired blues band, the Black Mamba. The Black Mamba is composed of Syracuse and bass Marco Povinho on keyboards, Fender Rhodes and Hammond, Miguel Casais on drums, and Pedro Tatanka on Fender guitars and voice. Pedro also serves as the songwriter of the band's song for Eurovision, Love Is On My Side. TBM, as I would personally call them, are the winners of the long-running Portuguese national selection, Festival da Canção. TBM defeated two of the major frontrunners of this year's competition, Nive and Carolina Deslandes. It was a come-from-behind way that people never expected to happen, and personally, I also didn't expect the Black Mamba to win at all. They were a welcome addition to the competition, but I think no one ever expected them to actually do well when the voting results started coming in. They actually performed well to the regional juries. They actually placed second, just behind jury winner Carolina Deslandes, and they were also ranked second in that televote, falling behind Nive, who placed first on the televote but ranked somewhere in the middle by the juries, and just right ahead of Carolina, who placed third by the public. So it was one of the major upsets that occurred this national final season. Now, I do have a lot to say about the song, but before anything else, here's a look of their winning performance at Festival da Canção, Love Is On My Side by the Black Mamba. Previously, I did a pre-final preview of the 10 completing songs in this year's Festival da Canção Grand Final, one of them being the Black Mamba's Love Is On My Side. Here's what I had to say at the time I made the video before the final, and before I knew that they were actually going to win. Now, the chorus may be a tad repetitive, but you cannot deny the strong stage presence and charisma that the Black Mamba's lead singer has in order to bring this song to life on stage. I'm very fond of his really rich, strong vocals, and he can definitely hold a long, high note. I think that's why I wasn't so sure when I heard the studio version, when the lyric videos were released on YouTube. But once I saw the live performance, the Black Mamba won me over with their performance. Now, I don't think this would win Festival da Canção, but it is a welcome addition to the contest overall, to the song festival. So I guess again I have to eat my words now because the Black Mamba actually did win. Now, this is quite historic for Portugal and for the entirety of the Eurovision Song Contest. This would be Portugal's first ever song to be sung completely in English. Previously, they have sent songs that did contain lyrics in other languages, among them English, but never have they sent a song that is not Portuguese. So this is quite a big of a deal for Portuguese Eurofans, for Eurofans in general, and for the Eurovision Song Contest. Now, people were actually expecting another English song to represent Portugal because there were actually two songs in the final that were performed in English. One is Love Is On My Side, which did win the selection, and one who was forecasted to win but was doomed to fail by the juries, which is Nive's Dancing in the Stars. While I did like Dancing in the Stars as a performance, I think there was something that was lacking overall. I think there was there was some major improvements from the semi-final to the final. But the one thing that I only noticed was Neve looking at the camera, making eye contact with the viewer. But everything else were basically just the same. But there wasn't anything momentous in that whole performance. It was good, it was great, but it wasn't something that I thought had that major impact. I guess it was popular enough for the public to put them as their top ranking song. But the Black Mamba wasn't so far behind, and they did relatively better from the juries than Neve did. And Love Is On My Side eventually ended up second on that part of the vote. How do I think it would do in Rotterdam? It would border than qualify. It depends on how weak are the other songs in its semifinal. I believe it's going to be on semifinal too. The chances of Portugal advancing to Saturday's grand final really depends on a lot of factors, especially if they are competing with similar sounding songs. But as of right now, I don't think they do have much competition on that based on that criteria alone. But nonetheless, semi-final 2 of the Eurovision Song Contest 2021 is the wild card one, where we don't exactly know which ones are going to advance. Compared to semi-final 1, which is quite stuck with a lot of strong songs. So out of the at least 20 of those songs from that semi-final, all of them have the potential to advance. With semi-final 2, it's a little more blurry. I do really like the staging that they did in Festival Takansao. I have no doubt that they would do improvements on it for their Rotterdam performance at the main Eurovision stage. I don't think they're going to change much. Maybe improve some of the angles and whatnot, but nothing too major, because I think it's very perfect just the way it is. I do like how they were able to create a staging that it feels like we're watching an old movie. And then there was a moment that the performance started in black and white before transitioning to color upon reaching the first chorus. But we still were getting the grainy noise as part of the whole setup of the performance. Peter's vocals is the highlight of the entire performance. It's very rich, it's very thick, and I think he's able to reach those high notes when necessary. And yeah, he's a very engaging performer. He's a very engaging vocalist, and he is the best part of the entire thing. Now, regardless whether or not Portugal is going to qualify, doesn't ultimately matter, because I think this is an entry that Portugal should really be proud of. I understand how big of a deal it is that Portugal is setting a song that is not sung in their native language. It feels that a part of your identity is lost in the hopes of becoming more widely accessible by the greater population. But I think despite not having Portuguese getting their usual annual showcase at the contest, there is still something very Portuguese about Love Is On My Side. There's a particular feeling about the song, a certain aesthetic that screams Portuguese. Maybe it's this so-called saudade, which is the kind of unique feeling amongst Portuguese people, which is something of an expression of a feeling that they usually try to say it what it is through song. It's a feeling of longing, of angst, of sadness, and whatnot that I think is quite very visible in Love Is On My Side. Maybe that is something that I was getting vibes from, but that's how I thought of it when I finally saw the live performance in the national selection. So yeah, it's quite a risk, but I think Portugal have nothing to be scared of. I think this would just open up a lot of possibilities going forward in their national selection. Not necessarily an influx of of non-Portuguese language entries, but rather more genres of music in the Portuguese music scene that are going to be further be given the same kind of showcase that the Black Mamba had in Festival da Canção. And that is what I'm looking forward in the coming editions. Those were my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more Eurovision content and more. This has been James. Obrigado for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Adios. Bye-bye. Paalam.